Hello and welcome to the Marketplace. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching our program today. We are here in London to take part in the African Leadership Magazine Summit taking place in 2020. It is the first of its kind for this year. We have gathered a lot of dignitaries together to come and talk about what is affecting the global market of Africa and how we together can come forward and make sure that we tackle this problem and not allow ourselves to be behind in this global market. We have our sponsorship here, Reverend Mother Esther Abimbola Ajayi, who is always willing to put her name on what is good and what is right. And you can see the African global market is a cause for all of us to be concerned in. So we have the president of Uganda coming in, who's actually giving us the keynote of this program, and of course our dear Alistair Shoyode, who's also present here putting these two together. So let us go and join in the summit.
Ladies and gentlemen, the African Dialogue London 2020, which has brought all of us here today, is a timely contribution and support to the ongoing effort to promote a stronger economic partnership between the United Kingdom and Africa for shared prosperity. Inflation reports have also shown that by 2030, the sectors generating the most value in Africa will be food and beverages. We have one of the major distributors as well here, Tropical Sun, that distribute food in the United Kingdom and in Europe. Education and transportation, 397 billion. Housing, 390 billion. Consumer goods, 370 billion. Hospitality and recreation, which Uganda surely is leading, especially in the East African countries, in terms of tourism and hospitality, 260 billion. Healthcare, 175 billion. Talking about healthcare, we have another organization, foundation, that is supporting eradicating young adult, young female, in terms of good provision of health, and that's Reverend Esther Foundation, which is doing something meaningful in that direction, as well as an education supporting organization. So, for all of us here, BAME people, this is really the time to key into African leadership, the message, the delivery, and we seek His Excellency, Mr. President, to help position platforms like the African leadership, platforms that promote Africa, to be able to do what they need to do to sell Africa to the world, not just as a dumping ground, but as an equal partner in prosperity.
Special guest and keynote by His Excellency Yoweri Museveni, the President of Uganda, who gave us a breakdown of why Africa has been left behind in this fast-paced technology world, and what Africa must do all it can to catch up. There were talks on investment and how Africa must be ready to trade on the global market.
Chief Executive Officer of Africa Leadership Magazine for inviting me to deliver a keynote address on this important occasion. The topic, in quotes, harnessing Africa's potential, the Uganda example, end of quotes, has been central to my various efforts for the last 60 years. As an active participant on the political scene of Africa's journey, socio-economic transformation, and in particular Uganda. So I have been there for the last 60 years. I thank you for honoring me with this honor of talking to you. And by honoring me, you are not just honoring me alone, you are honoring our fighters. Because whatever we are doing, I was not doing it alone. The one who buys what you produce supports your prosperity. Therefore, there must be no sectarianism in Uganda because it fragments our market. Moreover, even the Ugandan market is not enough. We need the African market. Hence, Pan-Africanism is core to our program. With the united African market, we can negotiate for access to other markets of the USA, China, India, Russia, Japan. This is how you can talk of harnessing Africa's economic potential. Once you deal with the ideology, the diagnosis and prescription, you must deal with the strategy now. How do you administer the prescription? This is how you come to the other strategic bottlenecks that are not part of the primary diagnosis. All the bottlenecks are 10. I don't have time to go through them. However, ideological disorientation and market integration are also part of the 10 bottlenecks. The other bottlenecks are lack of education, a weak state, no army. Many of the African countries don't have armies. That's why terrorists can come and overrun countries.
His Excellency, President Yoweri Museveni. Sir, thank you so much for that very deep history lesson.
When an African leader has done well in any particular area, we think he should be commended. And Mr. President of Uganda, we think he's done well in creating a peaceful environment within the Uganda space for businesses to thrive. And I want to, on behalf of the management and leadership of African Leadership Magazine, present Mr. President with a special award recognizing his contribution for creating an enabling environment and peace in Uganda that has made that place safe for doing business. And then on behalf of the magazine, this is a symbol we want to put on your table, say that we support you, and we look forward to a smooth transition as we progress. Thank you very much. It's time to begin to think entrepreneurship, it's time to think business, it's time to think creating environments. Of course, the political side, we need to strengthen our institutions, we need to fight corruption. It's not something I'm very happy to say, but it's there. We need to make sure our institutions are strong, it's not tied to persons. And then we think until businesses begin to engage more, until we begin to create partnerships that really work, and begin to have shared value, then we will not have. So that's why what the African Union is doing, the Intercontinental Free Trade Agreement, is very timely, very key. Africa is a market, but it's foreigners who are taking advantage of that market. We think businesses in Africa must begin to take advantage of the market themselves.
Well, thank you very much. I think what we have seen with the UK-Africa Summit recently is basically almost the whole big economy are looking onto the African continent because we have the population, almost 1 billion of us. But apart from that, Africa can definitely spend more money per head among those that are absolutely rich. So when you look at this now, we have the raw material, even though we don't technically end up producing what we need. But there is no doubt that everybody now is looking into Africa for the sake of the market. But apart from the market, they know that when they sell their product, they're able to generate the natural resources that we have in quantity in Africa.
I'm slightly biased because I'm an economic advisor to heads of states and governors of central banks in the continent and on the continent. However, I think undoubtedly Africa is poised now to, I think, emerge as a leading continent. I think the opportunities are gargantuan in terms of all industry sectors. I think there's great opportunities. And I think there is a genuine commitment for a change in the modus operandi of leadership.
I'm absolutely excited this week because we have seen the different presidents coming in United Kingdom, and many of them are here to talk about the prosperity of the Africa's development. So I'm absolutely excited to see that the African Leadership Magazine is also taking the footsteps to help us tell our African narrative.
So thank you so much for staying tuned and watching this program so far. You're watching The Marketplace, and we have come to an end of this program. We want to thank all our sponsors, Reverend Mother Esther Abimbola Ajayi and also Tropical Sun, for putting this event together. As usual, if you have an event, product or service that you want the world to know, look no further. Just give us a call on the numbers below, and we will only be too glad to come and showcase you to the world as the global market. Give us a call and we will be there. There is no place that is too far for us as the Marketplace, as you know. It's your girl Phoebe Dadu reporting for Ben TV, The Marketplace. Stay tuned.